Welcome to PDX Garden Home. February was a busy month in my driveway garden here. In this video, I'm going to share some early blooming, early planting, and some of the seedlings that are coming along. Then we'll plant some more seeds, including eggplants and peppers, for putting out in the summer. So come along, let's go garden. I don't remember my daffodils blooming this early. It's only February 3rd. It seems like here in Portland, Oregon, we now have an annual faux spring that occurs sometime in February. Then the winter comes back raging and it's too cold to do anything for a good 30 to 45 days before the real spring comes in. So maybe the daffodil was just fooled by the nearly 60-degree weather we were having. I would also like to see my crocuses come up before my daffodils overwhelm them. Oh well, I guess we'll see how it goes. These bok choy were seeded beginning of January. Many of them have bolted already, and I haven't figured out the cause. I'm trying to select the seedlings that aren't getting ready to flower. This is the thank you lettuce that came with my seed order from Botanical Interest. It was also planted in early January. Looking good.
Going to add some organic fertilizer to this tub that I've got lettuce and little bok choys in. I don't think that the lack of nutrition is slowing it down at this point. I think it's just that I've got them outside and it's cold out here compared to when they were inside. But yeah, here's the organic fertilizer there. And I think the way I want to do this is I'm just going to kind of make little trenches there. Ideally, I would have thought to do this when I planted, and then I would have put a little bit of fertilizer in each planting hole, essentially. That's how I normally would have done something like this, but there we go. I think that should work. I'm gonna put a little bit in those trenches and then I'm gonna kind of cover it back up or whatever. Okay. This kind of fertilizer can take a little bit before it really kicks in and supplies nutrients, but we should have time because I think that the lack of heat right now is otherwise slowing down the growth, so the plants won't really access the fertilizer, so to speak, without the rest of them being active with enough heat. I'm probably not explaining that correctly, or certainly not scientifically. So I planted some solid mix second week of January, and now we are in the 1st of February, and it is growing quite well, and it's a nice warm day out here for January, so I'm putting it out. It's been unseasonably warm. You can see the roots are growing through the bottom there, so I'm going to go ahead and put some of these in a pot or in the ground outside and let it go, but I'll harden it off here for a couple of days first and then do that. And this is the bok choy I'm struggling with because it's already flowering here. I've already pulled several of them, they're flowering. It could be that because I let the soil dry out a little bit, it got stressed. I had the same problem with this bok choy last year, and I don't remember if I let the soil dry out, if that was the problem. It could be that the soil dries out because it grows faster than I expect, because it's bok choy, cool season crop, and I'm thinking it should take a little longer before it actually gets big enough. It could be that I'm crowding it because I've got multiples in these cells. I'm not totally ready to just give up on having pulling all the multiples because I don't know which ones are gonna bolt on me like this. I'm hoping maybe I might still get a few that grow on appropriately, so I'm taking them outside here first day of February. Let them harden off a bit here on this table, and then I'll go ahead and put them in a pot or in the ground, and we'll see if I can get some bok choy early. Mid-February seedling update. Here's the beets that I was worried about having dried out back in January. They're doing fine now. Carnations are doing okay. You can see down here the artichokes are ready to be potted up again, and over here were the pansies that I had mentioned that back in January the tray would fill in, and it's filled in for sure.
The pansies. Time to do a day of potting up. I've got a bunch of things to pot up. I think the artichokes probably need to be potted up again, but these are the pansies. They definitely need to be potted up. Not just the top growth, but you can look here at the roots. You know, they're filled out, and this is dry again. That's kind of the thing that happens, is that if I leave it in the tray too long, they're just gobbling up the water. The roots fill out, and they just, you know, they get dry a lot quicker.
This is the second round of the thank you lettuce mix from Botanical Interest that I'm planting. Actually produces some nice lettuces and nice things for a salad.
Well, that's it for today. Thanks for gardening with me, and I'll see you in the next video.